When television was young, there was a hugely popular show based on the still popular fictional character of Superman. The opening of that show had a familiar phrase that went, "Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman." How beloved Superman has become in our culture, and the worldwide fascination with extraterrestrials and all things cosmic only emphasizes that there is a deep curiosity in all humans about nature and astronomy, even if many people would not know to call it astronomy. It all began with the Big Bang. No, we are not talking about the wildly popular television show, but the theory of how our universe was created. Scientists believe approximately 14 billion years ago the universe was born when tremendous amounts of energy jammed into a tiny but extremely dense point which exploded with unimaginable force. This Big Bang created matter and propelled that matter outward to create billions of galaxies of our endless and ever-expanding universe. Astrophysicists dubbed this titanic explosion as the Big Bang. We recently landed our rovers on Mars, but as the brilliant Greek philosopher Socrates noted when asked by his students to tell them what he knows since he is so wise, his famous reply was, "I know of only one thing, that I don't know anything." Truer words were never spoken, as those same words apply to what we now know about this great mystery which is our universe. Astronomy is one of the oldest sciences of all time. When archaeologists unearth ancient civilizations, even as far back as the cavemen, they invariably find art that shows man's unquenchable fascination with the stars. To this day, you can easily get an animated discussion at any gathering on the topic of, is there intelligent life on other planets? Perhaps one day humanity, most likely not in our lifetime, will be able to answer that question. Astronomy is a Greek word which literally means the science that studies celestial objects and phenomena. Objects of interest are stars, planets, moons, nebulae, galaxies, comets, black holes, etc. For the ancient Greeks, astronomy was a branch of mathematics. The astronomers of classical Greece sought to create geometrical models that imitated the appearances of celestial motions. The great Greek mathematician Pythagoras, the father of geometry and creator of the Pythagorean theorem, created this tradition, and it was he who placed astronomy among the four mathematical arts along with geometry, arithmetic and music. We have four major astronomical discoveries from ancient Greece. 1. The planets orbit around the Sun. The Greek astronomer Aristarchus of Samos 310 BC to 230 BC argued that the Sun was the central fire of the cosmos, and he placed all the known planets at the time in their correct order of distance around it. It was at the time a bold statement to say that the Sun, not the Earth, was the center of everything, and that all the planets, including the Earth, orbit around the Sun. This is the earliest known heliocentric theory of our solar system. 2. The size of our moon. Aristarchus also laid out the correct size of the moon using Pythagoras triangle calculations to estimate the size of the moon being approximately 1/3 that of the Earth, based on careful timing of lunar eclipses. 3. The Earth's circumference. Another Greek astronomer, Eratosthenes 276 BC to 195 BC, to determine the Earth's circumference used the simple method of measuring the different lengths of shadows cast by poles stuck vertically into the ground at midday on summer solstice at different latitudes. The difference on the shadows demonstrated how much the Earth's surface curved. Eratosthenes used this to estimate that the Earth's circumference is approximately 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers. Remarkably, this measurement is within a couple of % of the actual value as established by new scientific modern methods. 4. The first astronomical calculator. The world's oldest surviving mechanical calculator is the Antikythera mechanism. This amazing device was discovered in an ancient shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera in 1900. This device, when intact, would have appeared as a box housing dozens of finely machined bronze gear wheels. When manually rotated by a handle, the gears spun dials on the exterior showing phases of the moon, the timing of lunar eclipses, and the positions of the then known 5 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, at different times of the year. We are not sure who built this incredible device, but it dates between the 3rd and 1st century BC, so an excellent guess is that it was the work of the great Archimedes. Such amazing technology was not seen for at least 1,000 years later. Many have tried to explain mankind's seeming obsession with outer space as a result of an ancient memory or as part of mankind's eternal nature. Whatever the cause, people of every age and every nation share this one deep interest, to know more about the universe that our tiny planet is just a part of. It's rather strange because the actual conduct of a serious student of astronomy is really not the stuff of high adventure. You will never see a Raiders of the Lost Ark or Jurassic Park movie made about an astronomer. Excitement for lovers of this science is to stay up all night watching the cosmos through a powerful telescope. But that fact does not seem to discourage the tens of thousands who get into astronomy each year and the huge interest worldwide with the stars, the planets and the universe. There may be no other universal human fascination that does so much to make national boundaries and even international animosity seem to evaporate. Other than the Olympic movement, international cooperation to achieve great strides for humankind in space seems to go forward without interruption even when the nations cooperating in those projects are virtually at war back on the surface of the Earth. It is a strange thing to watch as Russian, American and other astronauts work together like brothers on space missions even as their home nations are busily pointing missiles at each other back at home. It almost makes you think that we should put more energy and money into the space program, not less, because it seems to be a bond that heals tension rather than creates it. Why is astronomy so exciting even though we have no dinosaurs, moving animals or any real danger to most who are obsessed with the discipline? It may go back to a basic curiosity that all human beings have about their natural habitat and this big mysterious thing out there called space. Maybe it goes back to that old saying at the beginning of Star Trek that space is the final frontier. But we all share that ongoing sense of excitement each time we take out our telescopes and gaze directly at the cosmos above us. We feel we are looking at the very dawn of time. And in light of the issues with the speed of light, which means that many of the twinkling stars out there are really light from those stars that started their journey to us thousands of years ago, so in essence we are actually looking directly at the past every time we direct our eyes skyward. But we don't have to worry about ever conquering the final frontier and finding our curiosity satisfied. There will always be more to learn and discover in the world of astronomy. And it is likely that mankind's curiosity about astronomy is just as limitless and ever-expanding as the universe itself. Space is indeed the final frontier.